Live from Lincoln, this is 1011 Now at 5.
Coming up, with 14 days until primary day, several female state senators are doubling down on advocacy in response to recent court filings.
Plus, millions more dollars in ARPA funds allocated across Lancaster County, how the Lincoln Airport will benefit.
First, a unique trip over the skies of southeast Nebraska, what we're learning about one of the most important aircrafts in the military's arsenal. This is our top story on 1011 Out 5. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bill Shammertz.
And I'm Kelsey Passold. Today, Offutt Air Force Base, currently working out of Lincoln, celebrated the 60th anniversary of the National Airborne Operations Center. A large part of that is the fleet of E-4Bs. Today, we got the chance to fly in an E-4B to learn more about how this night watch aircraft plays a role in national security. 1011 Now's Madison Pitch has returned from the skies back on the ground and is here with more. Madison.
Bill, there are 4 E-4Bs in the National Airborne Operations Center. They're what is called a hot alert aircraft, meaning they can be ready to take off in a moment's notice. These are especially important for helping with crisis communication. We'll start with the E-4B's mission. Its purpose is to serve the nation by providing the President, Secretary of Defense, and Joint Chiefs of Staff a survivable command, control, and communication center to direct U.S. forces on the ground. This is a look inside the aircraft. This is the cockpit and where the maintenance crew stays. And this is what's called the battle staff. The battle staff is constantly working to gain information to paint a clearer picture of what's happening on the ground.
So it could be a natural disaster, it could be a catastrophe somewhere overseas, it could be an attack on the United States. And when those things are happening, we're gathering all that information in order to package that and paint the picture for senior leaders so that they can make the right decision.
The E-4B largely serves as a communication command center. It has 42 methods of communicating and connecting on board. And when there's an alert, someone is on the plane 24/7 managing messaging and communication. It is also the most expensive plane for the country to fly, costing $147,000 per hour, more than Air Force One. I'll have more on my flight in the E-4B tonight at 6.
Madison, thank you. Let's get to some breaking news tonight. Authorities are investigating a deadly crash in South Lincoln. It happened just south of Pine Lake Road on 70th Street. This is a look at the scene where authorities say 2 vehicles heading in opposite directions hit head-on. One driver is dead. The other is at the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office expects southbound 70th to remain closed through at least 6 o'clock tonight.
The City of Lincoln and Lancaster County are working together to allocate ARPA money to areas in need. Today, announcements focused on the local workforce, transportation resources, and public safety.
The American Rescue Plan has been instrumental in helping us meet the immediate critical needs of our community and lift up our neighbors through direct relief funding. At the same time, this historic legislation helps invest in our future.
These are just the latest updates and only a portion of the total pot. $2.5 million has been allocated to replace rural culverts. $500,000 has been given to rural fire districts to upgrade radio systems. $3 million has been given to expand commercial air services at the Lincoln Airport. Another $1.5 million is being invested in the build-out of a new American Jobs Center. So far, the city has allocated about $45 million in American Rescue Plan funds to help various services and nonprofits.
Let's check in on weather tonight. Ken, I know we had a chance at record lows this morning. It felt pretty cold out there. I didn't quite see the degree, though. Did we get there?
Lincoln did get a record low this morning, Bill. We dropped all the way to 25 degrees at the airport. That's a new record by 2 degrees. A couple of other cities made records as well. It was low 20s to low 30s this morning, and that's why it's a little bit unusual that we warmed up so nicely during the afternoon hours. It's 4 minutes after the hour of 5 now in Lincoln. 72 at the studio, 73 at the Lincoln Airport, unfortunately, thanks in part to those south winds gusting to 33 miles an hour. Here's a check of temperatures statewide after that really chilly start. It was low to mid 70s this afternoon in a lot of locations, and we got close to 80 degrees in Imperial and McCook. We're at 78 in both of those cities right now. Most locations are 10 to 20 degrees warmer at this hour than they were yesterday at this time. Sustained winds out of the south or southwest anywhere from 15 to 30 miles an hour, and wind gusts between 30 and up to 40 or almost 45 miles an hour over portions of central and southwestern Nebraska. And of course, desert dry air. Once again, relative humidity readings percentage-wise in the teens. That's why we've got that red flag warning running and through at least 8 o'clock this evening. We will continue to see some increasing clouds from west to east between now and 10, but no areas will be looking at any precipitation, and thanks in part to that breeze, temperatures at 10 o'clock will remain on the mild side. Most of us in the mid-50s to lower 60s yet at 10. We'll have complete forecast details coming up in just a few minutes.
The Road 702 wildfire burning in southwest Nebraska is 47% contained as crews remain on the scene trying to get things more under control. The fire has burned more than 41,000 acres. Nebraska Emergency Management says area firefighters are now getting a break with the arrival of help from nearby states. Today, more than 150 people remain on the scene working to put out the flames, but the strong winds will likely remain a big challenge.
New at 5, while working on a road project, the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office says a Waverly city worker stumbled upon a live hand grenade. LSO was called to 148th and Waverly Road around 2:30 yesterday. Deputies say a worker was digging a damaged road sign post when he found the grenade and called 911. LSO says the hand grenade appeared to have been buried for years, but confirmed it was still live. Traffic in that area was shut down while first responders assessed the situation and eventually disposed of the grenade.
In an update, the ACLU of Nebraska says the Lincoln City Council settled a civil rights lawsuit involving a woman who was injured during protests in 2020. This comes after the suit was filed early last year. Lincoln resident Elise Poole says she was shot with an impact munition, which severed her nose from her face. The ACLU says Poole will need future procedures to regain breathing functionality. The organization says the city agreed to provide Poole with damages to close the case, but did not admit wrongdoing. New tonight, more back and forth between a candidate for governor and supporters of a state senator accusing him of sexual assault. Charles Herbster blames another candidate for governor, Jim Pillen, and his campaign for using, quote, the establishment machine in Nebraska to sling mud.
But today, colleagues of Senator Julie Slama came to her defense with a legal fund for alleged victims and witnesses. 10 11 Now's Ellis Wiltsey is live in the newsroom with more on this story. Ellis.
Even after the unicameral has adjourned, 4 Republican colleagues of Senator Julie Slama held a press conference condemning gubernatorial candidate Charles Herbster following reports and now lawsuits stemming from alleged groping incidents. There are 5 female Republicans in the Nebraska legislature, these 4 and Senator Julie Slama, who accused Republican candidate for governor Charles Herbster of reaching under her skirt during a political event in Omaha in 2019. 7 other unnamed women have come forward with similar stories. These 4 senators are offering the accusers and the witnesses protection of sorts, a place to get counsel and resources.
We're trying to send a message the only way we know how, that if you're scared, if you're getting bullied, if you're getting letters from lawyers, come to us. We will help you.
Today, Slama's attorney fired back at recent ads put out by Herbster's campaign, which calls Slama and Governor Pete Ricketts co-conspirators in a plan to not get him elected. That Herbster is, quote, trying to bully sexual assault victims into silence and that he will answer for it in court. Slama's team has scheduled a deposition of Herbster 4 days before the election. Since the Nebraska Examiner first broke the story 2 weeks ago, Herbster has repeatedly denied the allegations, calling the story nothing more than politically motivated lies. Reporting live in the newsroom, Ellis Wiltsey, 10 11 Now.
New developments seemingly every day since that first report came out. Thank you so much, Ellis.
Coming up on 10 11 Now at 5, it is the first COVID-19 treatment approved for kids under 12.
We'll look at the new antiviral drug and how it can be given to children as young as 28 days old. Later on, your full forecast. Right now, a look at the Lincoln Weather Almanac.